Hello everybody, Jet here, and welcome back to a new playthrough where we are going to be playing as the mighty Thorek Ironbrow, the greatest of the Dowie Rune Lords, who is the new free LC with the Silence and the Fury coming next week. So, suitable climate is jungle. He gets reduced oath gold costs and extra oath gold, extra bust the runesmiths, and various other bits and pieces. Obviously, there's the whole rework as well. Ooh, nice buffs for his army as well. Armor piercing armor and buffs for grudge throwers. And yeah, there's a lot of a rework with how all of the race attributes and stuff has been done, which we'll have a look at once we get into game. Obviously, I'm playing this on the Mortal Empires campaign on hard, as usual. And yeah, so we start down at Karak, which has been reclaimed, and we don't quite have the same campaign set up as they do in the Vortex, but they do look to have actually paid some attention to it, so we do get some interesting quests and things as time goes on to help us on our way, which we shall see. Don't want to spoil things, basically. I know some of you watched me do a little play of this at the end of my I was trying to say Torox, then Kazarak playthrough the other day.
The time has come to venture from your workshop once again, Master Runelord. Contact has finally been made with the lost Dowie of Karak, who stand ready to lend their aid to your great cause. The nearby peaks are beset with Groby, who must be ousted to clear the safest passage north through the mountains. For the relics of the old dwarf empire lie beyond, scattered throughout the world. Once the squatters have been removed, it would be wise to re-establish contact with your home of Karak, where King Cazador has ever sought your counsel. A formal accord with him will be invaluable in the trials ahead. The artifacts you seek sit in fallen holds, or looted by men, greenskins, and other creatures, living and dead. By the cold steel of Clad Brakak, take them back, or use diplomacy to gain access to them. You have made it your personal responsibility to help reclaim the dwarf empire of old, Thorek Ironbrow. And your efforts may yet herald a new golden age. In time, none shall dare defy the ancient might of the Dowie.
Okay, so how to play. We've got the Artifact Vault, which is our personal quest to find lost artifacts. By collecting parts, basically we've got a load of grudges we can't get rid of until we've dealt with got all of them, and they'll all give us powerful things. By collecting parts of ancient items recorded in the Book of Grudges, you can return them to the Artifact Vault and reforge them to receive powerful benefits. Obviously, we've got the Forge and Grudges, which has changed slightly, and the Underway. So Grudges has changed slightly, as you can see straight here. It's got lots of new bits and pieces to it. Now, the nice thing is, as you got a reasonable amount of grudge, I get a chance each turn of getting an instantly recruitable unit of Slayers, whereas when I've got no grudge, that doesn't happen. So obviously having some chance, you know, it's good. And when it's high, you do get buffs, but obviously, as always, managing grudges is a pain in the butt. So we've got various grudges to start with. Reforge the Beard Rings of Grimnir, the Blessed Pick of Grungi, the Keepsake of Grazel's Favoured. I'm not going to read all of these because we've got loads of them, but these are all the artifacts I need to return, and obviously our chapter objective to get 4 settlements to start with.
You summoned me?
And obviously we've got a nice little setup here. I'll have a look, but we've got Clad Barak, and he gets an Anvil of Doom. Nice. Ooh, and buffs to his Anvil Guard. I don't really play with runesmiths much, but the rework of runesmiths should make them interesting to play. First thing I'm going to do is start upgrading my settlement, of course. Ooh. That's not bad. But getting the ability to recruit Longbeards to start with, I think, is probably quite a decent thing. No, I'm not going to do that there because I'll build that elsewhere long run. I'm going to start building the gold mine straight away. I will upgrade that now, but obviously long run we'll move it to one of the other settlements. Obviously we've got lots of other people around me I potentially want to make friends with, though the desert, see there's an artifact there, and the jungles over here are still beneficial for me. And obviously as we go through this is the artifact vault, guys, which also is the forge. You know, we've got various buffs we get from the artifact vault when we reforge them. This one I like, a yoked carnosaur is added to the regiment's renown. So by getting those two artifacts, I can get myself a carnosaur and various different buffs from them. Obviously you've got all the normal things here which we had before, but we've now got character runes, which are buffs for your characters. You can have a certain amount on each character. I can only have like 3 of those. And banner runes, which are exactly what you'd expect. They are banners. So if we go into Thorek here, character runes, which we can apply to him, which is quite nice. And I love this. We've got Craggy, the assistant of the forge here, who stops us from, lowers our miscast chance. First, let's join you in and let us go. Straight out and start poking. And obviously it's our first battle, so we always fight it. Bonus versus large, +8 bonus. That's really nice. And assigned to an artillery use, adds explosives. I can only add that to 1, but bonus versus large is lovely. I'm going to give that to my iron breakers, just making my iron breakers that little bit more of a staunch line to hold against this Arachnos spider here. But I'm not particularly bothered about Knobnail's head, but I think we are going to defeat his force with relative ease.
Let the vengeance begin.
Obviously going to use my iron breakers in the centre. 2 units of quarrelers here who can just get set up, and these guys are going to sit behind my iron breakers just to get put where needed. And here we have our new runes. So obviously extra armor, extra melee attack and speed with a rune of speed, which is really nice because that's a lot of extra speed for us. Obviously these are explosive at the moment, which is cool. It does lots of damage when it hits. But whenever I use these, there are 2 cooldowns, guys. There is a cooldown on that ability and a global cooldown on using any other ability. So obviously you don't have winds of magic because we're dwarfs. We use runes, not magic. Don't know why I said that in such a weird voice, but yeah. So they are all balanced by cooldowns, which makes them an interesting and slightly different thing. I'm actually just going to move up here slightly so that they're not charging downhill at me. So I should outrange them, which is perfect. And they're getting blown to pieces. First thing I want to do is kill the spider. I know it's quite armoured, but it's probably our biggest threat. Going to be charging my anti-large. I'm going to move these guys out to the side, and this is the lovely thing about this rune of speed. I mean, I'm going to pop these down here simply because they will give us nice buffs. But this makes my these guys much faster to get around once the spell goes off. Here we go, my iron breaker's being hit, and let's just pause 1 second while I show you. So we've got this global cooldown here, currently unavailable while on shared cooldown, and once the things go off we get that shared cooldown. Come on, pop your bloody rune.
Strike out! Yes,
Let's get these guys around the flank, though we're already happily winning here. You can stay on that, please. Yeah, these guys didn't seem to get the buff. I'm not quite sure why that's not going off. Did I get a miscast? Anti-large iron breakers, what a strange idea. Charge over into them with my iron breakers. I mean, a unit of iron breakers this early is awesome. I know they're not the most melee attack people, but their defense is just insane.
Casting the runes.
Hi, he just looks so damn cool. Oops, wrong button. This is over already. Oops.
Thorek Ironbrow.
There we go. It's a nice, easy first battle, as we would expect. I lost 48 Dowie, mostly probably from when I accidentally dropped one of my artillery bombardments straight into my units. Having that explodey grudge thrower, grudge thrower is a technical term, is, yeah, useful. And now, at the end of the battles, we've got two new things. We can execute them for Oath Gold, or drink to victory, Grogog. For 2 turns, extra income for buildings, 20% local growth, and plus 5% public order, which is really good when you're defending. So I'm actually going to fall back here to apply the buff and just do a little bit of recruitment. And we've leveled up. Obviously, we're going to go for Route Marcher first, though. I do want to go through all the runes for obvious reasons, but Route Marcher is always the first one you do. It just is. You can get blasting charges, but they're quite expensive. And I've not really had a detailed look. There might be some changes, but I'm not sure. Obviously, to start with, we are going to take the buffs to my Quarrelers, as Quarrelers are always some of the best units you get. And basically, we are just going to drive north hard and fast. I don't know why I'm on double time here. There we go. So, occupy, raise, or sack 6 different settlements. You will gain the opportunity to confederate Thorek Ironbrow, which is the equivalent of a quest you do get in the Vortex map. So far separated from the rest of my subjects, your position is uniquely vulnerable. So too am I, left in Thorek Ironbrow without the aid of my greatest rune lord. We find that we stand defiant against the threat of the vile greenskins and their repulsive Skaven scourge. It is clear that our strength must be combined if we are to withstand the advances and ensure the great hold of Thorek Ironbrow does not fall. Okay, let's start the push after buffing here for a turn.
If you want something done right,
Reclaim the Lost Plateau, because these are all ancient Dowie holds which have been filled by greenskin filth. And we've obviously got the new auto-resolve here, so if I go on that, if I were to lose anything, it would show me. Obviously, it's decisive victory, so... And they have reworked it, so it is meant to be a little bit more... good? Ooh. I probably want to push down to Lightning Strike first, don't I? I like it, but nothing here really feels worth... Too many options. And extra armor causes fire. Oh, yeah, I want to start playing with this. A Rune of Wrath and Ruin, which is an explosion, causes fire damage, strong versus a single unit. Interesting. I know I don't necessarily need to be doing that, but I quite like the idea of that. And the fact you can stack them is really nice. Master of the Four. Oh, no, that's... He's not going to be in a local region. There we go. And obviously we are going to keep pushing north. Let's get us some more quarrelers now. As the backbone of my army. Basically, my dwarven line holds the line, and these guys will form a backbone. And who knows, I may hire some ogres at some point. Thorek's rune armor once we deal with free settlements. So the strange new lands teem with unfamiliar foes, yet Thorek remains undaunted, rushing to judgment in a fit of panic. Is the purview of the inexperienced fool. Instead, the Rune Lord assesses the threat firsthand. When the dangers of this world prove themselves deadly enough to warrant Thorek's intervention, only then he will finally don his mighty rune armor of war. So he's got it, he's just refusing to wear it because he's a numbskull. Extra weapon strength for quarrelers.
Tried and tested for the ancestors.
I'm going to push on straight onto here, and then we're going to get to have fun with the Skaven. I could have upped my gold mine then. I don't like fighting Skaven. And obviously there is our first artifact in weeks starting settlement, so I want to be a bit careful there. Also, I do have the deserts. I'm not really a desert focus, but I can go into the deserts. Let me know where and what you guys would like me to do. I mean, obviously, mostly want to be being led by where the artifacts are.
Scores to settle.
There you go. See, I'd lose if I alter this, and I can see, which is quite nice. So we are obviously going to fight this, because I do fight most... Oh, I fight a lot of battles. Ooh, they've got spiders. Yeah. Fairly generic setup here, guys. We are going to form a lovely line, and we are going to feather the orcs as they are forced into us.
Wrong is well. Yes, they. Longbeards.
Keep the Longbeards back just in case.
Grudge thrower. Thorek Ironbrow. Kill the
No, my guys are okay. I'm going to keep these guys back slightly on the flank. There we go. So they can flank if needed, because we are... Yeah, this is the problem. They are a lot. There are a lot of them.
Grudge thrower. Scoff.
Oh, here they come. Try and hit them where they're massed. Yeah, you know, I may need to spread this line a bit more.
Move now! Strike out! Quick about it! Strike out! The close unite! No! Longbeards! Move! Go! Move! Move now! Rage far, rage fast!
So reforming them slightly so they're a bit thicker, but not a huge amount.
Understood, Lord!
Hit that unit of arrow boys, please.
Quarrelers! Let the vengeance begin!
Hit those first unit of orc boys a bit, please. And then let's take out those gobbler archers. I am aware of the spiders coming around my back, guys.
Moving out! Thorek Ironbrow! Engage!
Ooh, explosion time! Kill the spiders.
Ready to strike!
Those spiders need to be down. They are getting around my flanks. You guys can charge. Okay, I like the fact it does tell me. I'm not sure I'm actually going to do well in this battle. I hope I do better than I'm expecting. There are quite a lot of them here. Let's try and clear this flank first so I can free up these units to assist. Oh, okay, this unit is basically been left alone. Okay, you guys are going to push out and around the flank. You start hitting that.
We demand blood.
Square them off slightly. Here comes the war. I'm taking quite a lot of damage on this flank actually. It's fine, we're holding.
Strike the room.
Buffs to melee attack, which will help the damage we're doing, but we are taking a bit too much damage here. I need to take out their lord.
Strike out. No. Yes.
Ranged, assist Thorek. He is taking far too much damage from this Orc War boss. Try and disengage him, though disengaging is always risky.
Kazakan Kazakita. Come on. Off we go. For the ancestors. Ready to strike.
That's perfect. Taking him out will give them, if I can kill him, that'll actually give them a morale negative, which could well break some of them.
Shift it.
Hit that unit. There we go. We want to absolutely make the most of this and keep the pressure on as much as possible. Let's explodey them as they run away.
Ready to strike.
Let's support here a bit. Right, you guys fold round into here. I want to make the most of this while I can. My Longbeards are holding beautifully here. Oh, whoops! No, 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 no! Stop throwing bombs into our own guys, please. That's not sensible. And it's over. Victory is mine. The hold is reclaimed. Not my most glorious battle, but it's still a victory. You don't need to do much. I could have possibly spread my units out a bit more, but it's still early game, and they had a lot of units, basically. I mean, we had 1,000, and they had over 2. You know, what, 2,200, and I killed over 1,000 of them for a loss of 236 brave Dowie. Reclaiming Mount Arachnos. There we go.
Thorek Ironbrow.
Oh, and I can get myself some free slayers.
Always our best.
Yeah, I'm going to keep that one there because I'm not going to destroy it if I'm going to rebuild it later on. I'm going to start getting some army buffs to him. I'll go back to his spells later on because I'm keeping this guy with him who's also got some shiny runes and stuff, so... Rune of Slowness. Make the enemies slice and slow. Growth and tradable resources to start with. Is there anybody who I can actually trade with yet? Nope. So obviously we want to go poke Queeky next, but I've got to get the timing right for that because Queek is horrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that'll put me up to 6, which is where I want to be. Because Carag Orand will have a decent enough garrison, and I'm a little battered, so I want to take my time before I do move on too much. Want to make sure I am completely set up. I know lots of people tell me to use them early game, but I'm just not a fan of miners. I just think they're tools. They're just not good enough to use and provide a decent bonus, so. That's good. And let's start buffing up the dwarves. The basic
If you want
dwarves.
something done right,
Okay, and then we are going to have to go play with Queek with our fairly basic armies, which I'm not looking forward to. But if I leave him to grow, he will become an insurmountable... Ooh, I've never noticed that before. That's awesome. Mind disputes. I have never noticed... I've noticed the skulls and things, but I've never noticed it had glowing red eyes before. It's cool.
Master Rune Lord.
I mean, it's obviously not held by anybody, guys. It's just a ruin, as far as I'm aware. I saw some Skaven around there, but... yeah. Clan Wars is slightly weaker than me, but... they are Skaven, and... yeah, they're Skaven. I hate Skaven.
Hammer and anvil.
Right, and it's the Spark Gem which is here.
March.
Oh no, there's Skaven here. Cancel move. What's their garrison like? Okay, they don't have too much of the garrison.
Lord.
Decisive victory, okay.
So it's war. Good.
In my test run, that was nowhere near a decisive victory. The artifact has been reclaimed. A fragment of the once powerful Dowie artifact has been secured. When paired with its missing piece, a true relic can at last be reforged. So...
It shall be reunited with the Dowie soon.
I want that, because the idea of having a... so that's going to be one of my early pushes. The idea of having a Carnosaur in a Dowie army is just awesome.
Arcane wisdom.
Let's gain Tactician to buff up my Quarrelers. You can gain Damping. And that, guys, is where we're going to leave it for today. So next time we're going to be trying to finish off Queek in a short, sharp campaign. So ideally just a couple of battles, and then it's going to be working out where we're going to push. Obviously, we've got Death Gorge up here, which is held by an interesting faction, which I do need to take on. Or I could push out into the deserts here to try and meet the Lizardmen and try and get hold of this by diplomacy or war. But we shall see. And let me know what you think I should be doing down in the comments, though I may have already recorded the next episode by the time I say that. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I do hope you have all enjoyed this. And as always, an extra special thank you to all of my channel members and patrons who are up on the screen now. You really, really do help make a huge difference to the channel, and there's links to all of that down below in the description. So thank you for that very much. Other than that, guys, thank you to everybody for watching, and cheers.